Next up, the Age of Aquarius, good name, AI Web3, and the New Golden Age, William Schulz.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's great to have you all here for Silicon Valley Economic Forum. This is the first ever Silicon Valley Economic Forum, for the record. And this is the last slide, by the way. But yeah, so it's been I don't know what you guys know, but about AW3, but AW3 is a venture studio that has been working with Baird Augustine as a technology partner, and I've been functioning as the CTO since the beginning. So it's been a long time working on this event. We did the event last year as 1000X, and this year we decided to take up to the next level, and we're very excited to share with you some of the developments that we're going to be doing in technology, both Baird Augustine in partnership with AW3 Technology. Yeah, so AW3 Technology, I started it as my third startup. I was struggling in the entrepreneurial world from the time I was 25 doing my first startup, which was a nonprofit. And then I tried doing an educational software platform in 2018 called Learna. Then on my third startup, which I started during the pandemic, I wanted to focus on how to optimize and increase founder chance of success. I saw many people doing all types of startups and making the same mistakes over and over again. So this event is called, or this speech is called The Age of Aquarius, the new golden age of AI and Web3. A lot of people have different opinions about Web3. Some people say it's for, a lot of criminal behavior and money laundering. That's not true. It can be used that way, but so can stocks can be used for pump and dumps, traditional stocks. You can also use gold or dollars for money laundering. But actually, what Web3 is going to empower us to do is to create corruption proof institutions that are transparent and immutable. Generative AI is giving us the power to create essentially anything we want, but also with that comes the responsibility of AI governance, both governing ourselves to use AI responsibly and to govern society. In many ways, AI actually poses a huge management problem because a big part of management is essentially outsmarting the people you're managing. But how do you manage somebody if they're going to try to outsmart you using generative AI? So these are the kinds of challenges we have ahead of us. Yeah, so what AW3 is trying to do is find a way to converge all of this into a harmonious and unified new type of internet, which people call Web3. Some people are now calling it Web4, where we have agentic AI, we have crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, and but the most important thing is bringing together two polarities that we're seeing in the world right now, which has actually existed since the beginning of human society. What we see here is we have the Western Christian world that's predominantly Christian. We have the Eastern Islamic world predominantly, also with capitalism being the predominant economic model of the Western world and what they call it, communism and socialism being what the Eastern world calls it. And you'll notice that both of those institutions, the Western is always goes with the sun and the Eastern goes with the moon. It actually represents the masculine and feminine. And this has actually been the case. And if you go back to Sumerian Genesis stories, it talks about where this polarity came from and how we were supposed to resolve it. What we really need is a marriage of the two to bring together harmony and to create a world that works for everybody. You have people that are rebelling against the existing financial order because they don't feel like they have a seat at the table. They feel like they are left to fight for the small remainder that is left after what they see other people having taken the majority share from the previous financial order. The beginning of financial hegemony began with financial dominance actually in ancient Mesopotamia, which then moved to Egypt, to Greece, to Italy, to London, and then to New York City. So why do I call it Andromeda? It's Andromeda Web3. That's what AW3 stands for. It's because Andromeda is the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It is projected to collide into the Milky Way eventually. And also, if you were on Andromeda right now, because of time dilation, you would actually be able to see Pangea if you looked at the Earth for right now. Next. AW3 technology has been able to help a lot of startups because of our ethos in terms of attention to detail, quality execution, and building out a strong foundation of technical skills and also business skills in-house. We're not a shop focused on trying to outsource and minimize labor costs in that way. We also believe strongly in values. We're not looking to supplant our values, we're looking to strengthen our values through our economic systems. We help startups and anybody in here who is looking for help, my contacts at the end. We help with all types of different services in-house to help startups succeed. We work on different financial models, including equity compensation, cash compensation, mixtures of the both, and more. Our goal is to help all of our startups get across the finish line, and also to help make sure that everybody, that people who are not currently being successful in their endeavors are able to pivot or find somewhere that works. Companies all that we work with all acknowledge universally that they would have had a much harder time without AW3. My background, I went to school for computer science and economics at UC Santa Barbara. I then actually was sent to India to train in big data analytics. And then from there, worked in Silicon Valley as a software developer and started my founder path in 2017. We have a great team of people from lifelong software developers, Harvard graduates. We have artists. We have all types of creatives. We have a great team. We have great advisors as well, including Rick Schulz, who's my dad, who's right there. Jonathan Chester, CEO of Bitwage, who is also a client, which recently was acquired by Paystand. Frederick Crosby works at PayPal, Western Union. He's been in the payments space for a long time. We have Sean Weeks, who is a crypto, has insight into a lot of different crypto investments. We have Jonathan Chan, who works at Wilson Sonsini, a premier legal firm in the Silicon Valley. And then we have Larry Federico, who's also here. He's an expert in ed tech. We have Eric Forrest and Colin Lowenberg, both prominent names in Web3. Continue. We always believe in quality and attention to detail. We have worked on all types of different projects from generative AI. We have worked on layer 1 blockchains like Zera, Baird Augustine, and Silicon Valley Stock Exchange, which I'll talk about later. We have tons of great projects from Climate Base, which ended up starting Climate Week. We're working on a book called, an open source book called 0 to 3, which is the next step from 0 to 1. Open source model, open source digital vision like OpenAI. And we've had a ton of success considering that we are still a pre-seed company. We're gonna go through some examples here. Carnomaly is one of our long-standing clients. We work in AI in the automotive industry. They're currently distributing in the US and the UK. It's a fully agentic car platform. Lunch Table is a social media marketing platform with their main client being AAA. Jesse Guide won Time Magazine Best in Ventures of 2025 as a legal tech platform focusing on immigration. AI Screenwriter is currently being used by film studios in LA to write screenplays. Bloxy is a blockchain CRM. Baird Augustine, you guys all know, I'm guessing. And Bitwage is a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payroll system that was acquired. Our technology strategy is all-encompassing. We start from the beginning and work all the way to the end to products that people want to buy. So what's next? We're productizing. So AW3 is turning into a multi-cloud hosting orchestration platform. We believe it's the future of online hosting to be able to use AI to not only use different platforms all in one place, but also to provide smaller private clouds the ability to market to clients. It's one platform, every cloud provider, fixing cloud infrastructure. We are working across 40 plus different providers in the cloud market, working on the AI native from day one. And then here are some screenshots here. As you can see, it has all different types of platform capabilities for like cost analysis and being able to use an AI assistant that could basically deploy your application for you, and you can talk to them. You could be like, we need a start up a new open source model on an AWS server or on a DigitalOcean server. You could say, I want to start running a virtual machine that runs OpenClaw, all kinds of different things. We are also going to be raising a venture capital fund at some point to help support our startups in our ecosystem. And the main focus at the center of it all is continuing and centering the world economy in Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley's economic forum is just the beginning. We want to start a Silicon Valley economic cooperative. We want to start Silicon Valley Stock Exchange. I was just speaking with Fiona Ma yesterday. She already spoke to the Pacific Stock Exchange. They are open to collaborating, to starting the first ever AI native and crypto native stock exchange. Thank you guys.